Hi friends, today we are going to learn about the most important skill of language is listening. You all know that we have four-folded skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Among them, listening is the basic and important skill of the language. Listening and reading are receptive skills, whereas writing and speaking are called productive skills. So when we listen, then we can get a lot of information, and that is a greater input that we get, and so that speaking will be possible. So when writer says that, lend me your ears and I will learn your language. If you lend me your ears and I will learn your language. Unless you hear something, you cannot speak anything. So that when you listen, the more you will get the more concepts and you will get more input, and so that you can speak very elaboratively and very fluently. And this is, let us observe one slide here. Listen to the following dialogue. Slide here. I'm standing in the front. You're standing with a friend? Oh no, I said I'm standing in the front. So what you observe in this is A says that front, but very unconsciously and very involuntarily, that is recklessly, B heard that and he could not focus on the listening of the statement of the A, and he could understand that. So I'm standing in the front. B says, you're standing with a friend? Oh no, I said I'm standing in the front. With that, what we can understand, A says B could not understand, and B very involuntarily heard that sound, and that he could understand that he was standing with a friend. And again, B has to repeat that no, I did not say so, and I was standing in front. That means in a front row. That is what we can, that means when we don't listen focusedly, voluntarily and interestingly, then there may be misconception that we cannot take the things. Active listening. Let us learn today what are the things to be led to the active listening. High tech and high stress. What we are living in this world today is a high tech world and high stress world. From morning to evening, we are very busy with our mobiles, WhatsApp and Google searching and everything. We are concentrating on the high tech world. We are living in a high tech world with a high tech stress and with a lot of things to be done, performed every day, and the communication is more important nowadays. And to get the communication to solve the problems, what we need is active listening skills can be help build relationships. That is one thing. And active listening, if we develop the active listening, that you can solve the problems and you can achieve anything, and you will become a good, perfect doer, and you will get the more ensure to understand the people if you listen clearly. So avoid conflicts. That is one thing. And here, what you imagine, you can understand that head of the team is giving some instructions how to perform the duties and all these things. And if you listen to him very actively, then you can perform your duties, and that should be more productive, and you will be awarded, and you will be recognized in a high position in the society. So that is what we can understand. To get the attention of the people in the classroom, what we do? We usually do what we do to get the attention of the people. And after going to the classroom may be in a pell-mell condition, in a disorder and messy, and that what shall we do? Immediately we ask them to sit and stand, or we ask them we tell a story, an interesting story to divert the attention, and we sometimes we sing songs so as to develop their to divert their attention, to arrest the attention of the children. And if there is a not in the control of the class, then we immediately ask the questions so as to divert the attention, so as to arrest the attention in the classroom. This is so that the children may be able to focus on our listening. So active listening avoids conflicts. Active listening avoids conflicts and develops the relationship between the people. So if anybody says, then if somebody is speaking, your friend is speaking to you, when he is speaking to you, if you are watching and something and reading something, and if you are doing and diverting your attention and searching something in mobile, then what he understands, and there may be misconception and develops a conflict between the two people, and so that we should be very careful, and we should develop an active listening in the things. So to solve the problems, active listening is important to solve the problems. That means now day-to-day life we come across with several problems. If you don't listen to the things, then definitely we may be in trouble. Am I right? For example, when you go to the railway station, the railway announcement will be there, and the train is going to be arrived to the sixth platform, onto the sixth platform. Then if you don't listen to that sixth platform, you may go to seventh platform. Then what happens? There will be a trouble. So you have to face the problem. So listening, that is active listening. Attentively listen to that. And who is an active listener? A person who concentrates on that particular speech, counterpart, the counter speaker's speech. So when she says, "Oh, I am going today to purchase cloth." Observe here, I am going today to the market to purchase cloth. Oh, are you going today to market to purchase clothes? Oh no, I didn't say cloth. Cloth. Just I wanted to get a curtain. Cloth. See? What you want, the listener could understand that clothes, whereas speaker says cloth. So that should be when you are concentrate on your counter speaker, and definitely you could understand and respond that very well. So you can understand the concepts. You can also respond very quickly to them if you actively listen to the statements of your counter speaker. And if you are active listener, if any concept is said, and if any speech is delivered, then any class is going on, then you can remember the things. After getting back to home also, you can reminisce in the things, and you can retains in your mind a long time. So why listening is important? Listening is most fundamental component of our communication skills. Yeah, among the four-folded skills, listening is a very important skill. Unless we listen, we cannot speak. So listening, speaking, and after that develops reading, and finally the skill is writing. So listening is the fundamental and the basic skill of the language learning. So active listening is also about patience. Listeners should not interrupt with questions or comments. When you are active listener, you should not be interrupted, and you should not interrupt others when they are listening. And the active listener should concentrate on the listeners, on the speech of something, and on your counter speaker that gives something. So there is a difference between listening and hearing. But you understand that? Listening and hearing. Listening is voluntary, whereas hearing is involuntary. For example, when you are in the classroom, you hear some sounds, other sounds, such as the neighbor's class voice, the neighbor's teacher who is teaching in the neighbor class, and his voice is heard, and the fan sound also is heard, and some dogs, the cries of dogs in the street also heard. So these are all accidental, involuntary, they're unwanted sounds. They're not necessary, and but you could not control them. They are involuntary, they will come, and you are not purposefully listening those things. You cannot avoid those sounds. So they are called hearing. When I listen to you, I can hear the sound of fan. When I listen the lecture of the teacher, I can hear some other voice in the street, the cries of children in the street. So listening is focused, whereas hearing is involuntary. Listening is voluntary, hearing is involuntary. Listening is intentional, that is, voluntarily you will do that, and without your interference and without your control, the listening and the sounds will come, and that you cannot do that. And there is a slight difference in the sounds of pronunciation. If you don't if you don't hear and listen to the sounds in a focused way, then there may be misthink. You may take another meaning. That is, I like this car. You see here, I like this car. Car is different from car. This car. I like this car. So when you hear the car, then you may take another meaning here. So you will, unless you get the focused listening, you cannot understand the counter speaker's voice. Replace this tool. Replace this tool. Is it replace this stool, this tool, or this stool? This tool. So this tool. Replace this tool. This tool, thing. Whereas you could understand, if he doesn't listen carefully, he could understand that replace the stool. That is a thing that we can sit in that. So don't drop it. Don't drop it. Keep it in cupboard. Keep it. So first you can understand that. Please pass it. Pass it. Pass it. Is it pass it or pass it? So you can understand what. So when you are not focused listening, you may take wrongly for that. So listen to the following dialogue so that you can understand that how listening takes place, and he has no patience. He says that he has no patience. Is he a doctor? No, he is an impatient guy. That's what I meant. See what happened here. He is no patience means we could take that. A is a doctor, and no patient is coming to him, and that is B understands that. But here, according to A, that he has no patience, he is impatient. But B could not understand because he is not focused listening and actively listening. That's why he could understand the wrong concept. So A says again, no, he is an impatient guy. That's what I meant. So he is some sort of, there is some disguise, and he feels very uncomfortable with B because he has to repeat second time the same thing. That's it. About listening is a very, very important thing to develop the communication, and this is very, very important. Thank you very much